All right, guys, welcome to our last Patreon exclusive. Next week, we will be back with more BGE and more things of that nature. But this
More
Patreon,
anime, more comic books, more superheroes, more Jared, more Demarcus, more Black Geek energy, in all new year, new me, new
yeah,
you, or the same you,
yeah,
and just new us.
because
Hopefully,
we're
some different hair.
who
Me,
your hair looks good.
thank you, and hopefully it looks good for our first show.
Like my hair be looking a mess on this podcast all the
Sometimes, Jared.
time.
Sometimes you be having a fresh cut, bro. Sometimes you be like you be ready.
I be having like 5 fresh cuts out of 50 episodes. So
You be looking.
those
Hey,
five
Jared.
episodes,
Sometimes you come in here looking like you ready for a date, brother. I'm just saying.
and sometimes I look at like I'm homeless and nobody loves me. Per your
Mm.
words, you have said that actually.
I said that to you.
You said last week when you did not have your haircut, you looked like nobody in the universe loved you, and I've never forgotten that. Never
Mm.
forgotten that. But hey, that's how I looked. Anyways, on this episode, I asked the important question: do I make the Marcus mad? Hmm. This was probably our this was probably our most impactful episode that we've ever done. Um, this was probably the episode that I keep going back to, and this is the episode that I think that it turned the podcast around. Like
I
I
think this
understood a
was.
lot more about you after this episode.
I think this is where things started to turn around. Because like
Yeah.
if you've been listening all last year, you probably noticed things became a bit more contentious, a bit more tense in on the show as you listened to it, and then as we got toward the middle of the year, um, you know. You could tell you may have been able to tell that Jared and I were in two different places, and this is the episode where we try to find some common ground. We get back on the same page.
Well, yeah. um, yeah. This episode it was kind of hard. It was a harder episode.
Mhm.
But I think that getting it out made us closer together, even
Yeah.
though I'm still not invited to the big ceremony. And this big ceremony is probably going to happen soon because they live together now in sin. So it's probably going to happen soon.
And nothing wrong with a little city sand.
Right. So, yes, listen to probably our best Patreon episode. We're releasing this for free. Hope you enjoy, but this is the Marcus Goes to Therapy, and you can listen to this episode along with all of our other episodes on our Patreon. Its Patreon is $3 a month, 10 cents a day,
All
and
these things.
and you can subscribe and listen to all this and all the stuff that we're about to release. And just thank you so much for even listening to this, and yeah, we will see you next week with a brand new episode, a brand new Demarcus, a brand new Jardo, and a brand new Black Geek Energy. I'll have a new backdrop and everything.
Oh, new backdrop.
So yeah.
Oh, and by then I'm gonna have my spot
Ah,
decorated. You gonna see anime art all up and through this room, hopefully.
Sailor Moon.
No anime art that I
Okay.
already have. So like Avatar: Last Airbender, Demon Slayer, maybe even what you call that thing in D and
Yu
D.
Yu Hakusho.
No, D&D with all the eyeballs.
A Beholder.
The Beholder, yeah, maybe even the Beholder.
Yeah. So be prepared for that for next week. We will see you there with a brand new Black Geek Energy. And yeah, bye guys.
BGE out.
Okay, this is the Patreon. Hi, Patreon. Um, so Demarcus, is there anything you want to talk about today?
Mm, I don't have it. Hey, I don't think. Are we gonna make another list for like episode list for the Patreon? Things to talk about. I do have a random question for you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on immigration?
Immigration?
Immigration.
Let them all in.
Let
Who are
them
they
all.
hurting? Who are they hurting? Immigrants have done nothing to me.
I mean,
Immigrants have done nothing to this
I
country.
guess I guess I should say, what about like illegal immigration? Like people who come
Let
in,
them in.
let them all in. We should have open borders. Folks should be able to come in all they want.
First off, this country was founded on having open borders.
Sure.
And I'm not talking about New York. I'm talking about the 13 original colonies.
This country was founded on stealing, taking,
Exactly.
taking
Exactly.
for the folks. Yeah.
Exactly. So this land is not ours. We cannot claim it. Let them in. They just want to work and get away from whatever they're doing or looking for new opportunities. Why not? That's selfish. Let them in. Why? How do you feel about it?
I do believe that there should be an easier way. It should be easier to come into the country. I also don't think there should be like open borders because think about it. Think about it this way: like if your neighbor's house burned down, and then they came to your house and just started living there, didn't talk to you about it, just started living in your house, we'll be like, cool, everybody, come on in.
DeMarcus, you're talking about a neighbor's house burning down. So is a neighbor still living there?
Again,
Is a neighbor still living there?
it's an extreme example, but answer my
I mean, it's an extreme example that doesn't really match up to the
okay,
country being open.
okay. Let's say let's paint it this way. You have a mansion. You and your family live in a mansion. There is also another mansion a few miles down the road. That mansion, I don't know, something happens to it to where some people want to leave, other people are fine staying. But after those folks decide to leave, they just start moving into your mansion. They don't talk to you about
Oh, is
it.
that it?
Once you find out, are you just like, oh, cool, y'all can stay, or is it like, yo, why are y'all here? Like, what's going on?
DeMarcus, that's still not a good one-to-one example of
I
immigration in
mean,
this
I'm not going to be
country.
able to make a one-to-one example of like, oh, what if you had a country and folks just start coming into your country? I'm trying to break it down.
Well, you don't have to break it down. I'm not a child. I understand the immigrant process.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in this country, I understand all the worries, but like, what are you? What are your concerns with people coming in, getting their citizenship, or
Oh,
not getting their
I don't have a
citizenship?
problem with folks coming in and getting their citizenship.
Okay,
Like,
so
I just, I don't think it should just be like everybody come in whenever you want, however you want.
okay, and why?
I think there should be a process because we can't do that. We Americans cannot do that anywhere else.
Uh
Like
huh.
even going to, even if we're talking about places where, um, even if we're talking about places where, like where we get like the most refugees or something like that. Like we can't just go over there and be like, all right, cool, I live here now.
I mean, true. There should be a process for when you come in
That's
here.
my only point. There should be
Okay.
a process.
Yeah, yeah, there should be a process. I do agree with that.
There should be a process.
So where's this coming from?
I said it's a random question, and then I've been seeing a lot of like stuff on the news,
Mm,
and like
yeah.
kick all the immigrants out. I'm like, hey, that's too far. I'm not about it. You're like people, nobody's ready to come to America except Americans. I'm like, that's not, you know. So are we talking about Native Americans? Like, what are we talking about here?
Those are white people talking about stuff that they don't even really know about what's
I mean,
going
I
on.
agree, and I don't have like the most information about like what immigration looks like and what it does to a country, either. So I'm not the best person to uh, comment.
The thing is, I don't think that nobody will want to leave their country unless under extreme circumstances,
Oh,
unless they
absolutely.
have to. So if they have to, if they are forced out of their country, then we should be welcoming people who feel that they need to come to this country with open arms and let them attain their
And
citizenship.
I do agree with you that Jerry, I'm, you kind of low now. I can barely, I can't.
Oh, sorry.
Um, I do agree that this country, one of the things that this country has, I don't know if I want to say founded on, but that one of the things that our country has always done is allow people to move here to make a better life for themselves, which is, it's kind of one of the things that was founded on, but I don't want to say that. So yeah, I think that should be like one of our staples. It's like you can come to America, and that's matter of fact, that's like that's part of the American dream. It's like I come here and I make something out of myself.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the American dream. But everything's changing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
you call it the American dream because if you woke, you can't. You see, it ain't real.
yeah, and that's the original meaning of woke, by the way, that we've been using long before white people took it and colonized it. Um, but on today's episode, since you have nothing else to really say, and no, we are not doing a episode list for the Patreon. I'm not thinking that far ahead. We just gonna come in here and start yapping.
All right.
Why do you think we need one?
I mean, well, sometimes I could just have a list for myself, but sometimes I'll be like, ooh, I want to talk about this on Patreon, but then I forget by the time I come up.
Oh yeah, make a list for yourself because on one of my sleepless nights, I came up with a list to talk about today. And I wrote it down. It's right here, if you can see it. And it is actually some things that I had to look upon myself on things that, make you mad. I'm trying to make this podcast very successful. I'm trying to make us last for 3 more years, 6 more years, 18 more years. Trying to make this a successful place. But I think that in this journey, we both have to be connected in ways that are unprecedented. And I know that, sometimes I may test the limits of our friendship with, some of the jokes that I say. And I just wanted to look and just ask you, do things that I say make you mad? And I was going to go down to a list of things that may make you mad.
You just want a yes or no?
No. I don't want a yes or no. This is not a quick fire. But if that's all that you have, then I can't force you to give me another answer. But
okay.
if you will indulge me, because I have insomnia, so I wrote down the list. If you'll indulge me, I just want to ask you some things that I've said or do reoccurringly that may make you mad, and I have 10 of these. So if you'll indulge me,
Sure.
Are you ready?
I am prepared.
Okay. All right. So.
What's all this laughing?
No, I'm laughing because you're laughing. All right, so, question number 1, and this is all stuff that I'm asking you. Do I make you mad, DeMarcus? So when I say, when I call you a man in a wig, does that make you mad? When I say that, your hair isn't real and you purchase it at the 99 cent store, does that make you mad?
I think that one, and I think this might be the case for a lot of things, is that it depends. Now, if it's like a one-off comment thing, you making a joke, cool. My hair is not a wig, we can move on. But when it's like, I think when you start to lean in, like you fixate, and it's like, oh no, I want everyone to agree with me that his hair is a wig. It's like, Jared, what the fuck are we doing? We're wasting time. We got better things to talk about.
So it does make you mad.
It can make me mad. It has the potential.
And has it made you mad in the past?
I think so. I think you have dragged it. Like I said, it depends. And when you be dragging it, I'll be like, bro.
Okay. Well, uh, you know, that just is what it looks like.
Mm,
Maybe it's the camera quality, but
mm,
um, next one. Uh, when I do the, it doesn't matter what you say.
mhm.
Does that make you mad?
No, that one doesn't bother.
Okay. I mean, that's just a piece of me giving you a piece of your own medicine where you always cut me off. And then I go,
I don't think I ever told you it doesn't matter what you got to
no,
say.
no, but you always cut me off.
I do that, and I think that's just like a part of my personality. That's something I'm working on.
Well, that's just a part of that's just me giving you what you always give me.
That's fine.
Um, when I correct you on things like Superman getting weaker at night, does that
Mm.
make you mad?
No, sometimes I think you like splitting hairs. Sometimes I'm like, um, it's like with the Superman thing. He was like, "Does he get weaker at night?" And I was like, "No." And
No,
"Well,
you said yes. No,
I
no,
said,
no. Okay, so I did that question during when I was doing the activities thing on
yeah,
the Patreon, but you
right."
originally said on the main episode a long time ago that Superman gets weaker at night. And then when I was correcting you, you got mad.
I'm saying that, but we're talking about recently on the Patreon we asked that, and I was like, "No, um, no." Well, I guess general answer, no. I don't. You correcting me doesn't make it. I think I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna leave it at no.
So then what is this about splitting hairs?
But it hairs. I mean, Jared, because I be like, because like when we were talking about Naruto on the main pod, and you was like, and I'm like, it's a jumpsuit. You're like, it's a warm up, and I'm like, Jared, does that really matter
Yes, jumpsuit and warmers are two separate things. And you know that.
in the context of that question? Does it really matter?
Yes, it
And,
does really matter. The
and
correct
is it
attire
is it
matters.
something that we have to fight tooth and nail for?
DeMarcus, it matters, and I was right.
Is it something that we have to fight tooth and nail for?
No, just admit
Okay,
that I'm right.
that's. I
Okay,
think
so
that's
so
what
so so
I
why
think
can't
that's
you
what
admit that I'm
irritates.
right?
I think that's what irritates me when it's like a small distinction that does not make a difference, and you start fighting tooth and nail for it. I'm just like, Jared, this doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter,
I,
but it
I
matters to
understand,
me that I'm right.
and I think um, what I'm trying to, what I'm trying to take it as like you're trying to add conflict or spice to the podcast, the show.
Not at all. So
Mm,
I like to be heard and acknowledged when I talk.
sure.
I don't like to be ignored. So then when I give a correction or something to you out there and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not acknowledged for that and you don't even say anything about you to say, it doesn't even matter. Then it's like what I said didn't even matter. What I said doesn't even matter instead of nothing and it's being ignored. So now I'm being ignored again and now I'm getting more hype and now my hype is like I'm trying to add more conflict to the show. No, I just want to be acknowledged for making a correct statement that is not a jumpsuit, it's a warm up. That's all I wanted. Why was
So
that so hard?
okay, do you want to be? Because you said two things in that sentence. You said you want to be acknowledged and you want to be told that you're right. Which one is it?
Both. I want to be acknowledged for my statement, and when I'm right, I want to be told I'm right.
Mhm. Okay. And what if I don't think you're right?
Then prove I'm wrong.
Okay.
Okay. When I constantly bring up Beyonce, does that make you mad?
Mm-mm.
You do get mad. Because I'm scared to bring her up.
No, you bring up Beyonce doesn't make me mad. I think I am on the podcast. I am more contrarian when you bring up Beyonce for the lulls.
But why be a contrarian? Why not just be yourself?
Part of my character.
A contrarian. So being a butthole is part of your character.
I'm a character on this podcast.
Just be yourself. You don't have to play a character, DeMarcus. You can just be yourself. You're already a butthole. Like, you don't have to play a butthole, DeMarcus. That doesn't make sense.
I'm not a big fan of Beyonce, and I think you bring up Beyonce more than needed, and so I have to I feel like I got to balance that out.
Okay, you not being a fan of Beyonce is cool. I don't bring up Beyonce when it's not more than needed. I bring her up when she comes up, when her album comes up, when her performances come up, when she wins an important award. That's when I bring her up. I could bring her up every episode if you wanted me to. We could have a new segment called the Beyonce Corner. But I'm not going to do that because we have other things to talk about. But when she does something in pop culture that's important, I'm going to talk about it.
Okay.
And what you say?
I was like, oh, now we got other things to talk about.
And that's one of them. I can bring up Beyonce when she does something good.
Yeah. And I don't think I challenge you when you bring up Beyonce when you're like, oh, she just won the Country Music Awards. I'm like, yeah, she did. Amazing. She deserves that award.
No, every time I bring her up, you start huffing and puffing and, oh, Lord. Oh, goodness.
I'll keep an eye out for it. I don't recognize that. I recognize that I am contrarian when you bring up Beyonce, but I feel like it is when I feel like it's when appropriate. I feel like I do it when appropriate, but I'll keep an eye on that.
Well, I'll bring up Beyonce more. When I bring up your little country wedding, does that make you mad?
Bring it up. I'm not getting married anytime soon for the audience that's listening. So, the wedding he's bringing up is hypothetical and fictional at this point. But it's when the part about that makes me mad is when you try to draw this line in the sand, like, oh, if I'm not invited to your wedding, if I'm not because you don't say invite, you say if I'm not in your wedding, we're not going to be friends. Mm-hmm. And Jared, like, if that's a hill you want to die on, when that time comes, we'll have to cross that bridge.
So how I feel in my heart makes you mad?
No, but you trying to impose your feelings onto my reality does.
But my feelings is my reality.
They're your reality.
But see, that's another thing with people ignoring me all the time.
That's about what I said before you respond. I want to be clear.
Continue.
What I said before you respond. Mm-hmm. When you try to impose your feelings on my reality, that is what makes me
mad. Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My feelings have the right to be voiced in mm-hmm. your reality. And my feelings are valid in whatever reality that I am living in. So when my feelings are voiced, they should be acknowledged and heard in whatever reality that I'm living in. So I'm just voicing my opinion and my statements in my reality to make it perfectly clear the consequences of certain people's actions.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay. If you're just setting a boundary, that's fine.
Yeah.
But oftentimes it feels like you're trying to direct my actions or force my actions, and that's not going to happen.
Oh no, I don't. When it comes to your wedding, I don't want to force you, because if I'm forcing myself into your wedding, I don't want to do it at all. I should be the number one choice when it comes to invitees for your wedding party. Mm-hmm. I should be the number one choice. That's all I'm saying. And
Invitee.
the fact that I'm not the number one choice
When it comes to
is what
invitee.
makes me upset.
Okay.
And it seems like I'm not the number one, the two, or the three. And that's what really gets my goat, because you don't have any friends that you have in 15 years that aren't in your family that
Okay.
you talk to every week,
Okay.
that you have a project with for 3 years. So just letting you know, that's the part that I am trying to vocalize.
Mm.
So you can't
All right.
even be mad at that. I could be mad at that one. Okay. And that's why I keep bringing it up, because I'm whatever. Okay. Okay. When I say to set a date for the things you say you're going to do, does that make you mad?
No. Set a
Okay.
date. Is it like a due date?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that is.
Hmm. But you're still not going to set it.
What have you asked me to set a date for? Like recently?
That ring light, I told you to set a date earlier this year before you
Yeah.
ordered it, to make sure that you ordered it.
I think. I think what. And this doesn't make me mad, I guess. But I think what happens is that sometimes you try to tell me what to do, and I'm an adult, like you're an adult. You can ask me to do things. You can say, "Hey, it would be best if we did this. It would be best for the podcast, etc., etc." But you can't just be like, "DeMarcus, you need to set a date and make this happen." I'm like, I'm not gonna. Now I'm not gonna do it.
I didn't say it like that.
I mean,
I was
the
very
point,
gentle. I was gentler than most,
the
because
point, the point being, Jared, you can't tell me what to do. And if you come at me trying to tell me what to do, like I'm a child, or like you run me.
I didn't do it like that. All I said was, after you said, let's go ahead and do video,
Mhm,
I then impose a little bit of quality onto that.
mhm.
And I said, we can't do video unless you get a ring light. And I
And that,
said it
I was like, okay,
again.
cool. Now
And
get the right.
hold on. Then I said it again and again and again and again. And finally, I said, maybe you should put a due date on it.
Mhm.
That's all I said. And that's just one example.
Mm, okay, that's not how I remember it, but okay.
And how do you remember it?
I already explained that.
Because I didn't start yelling at you or getting aggressive. I just said, because I didn't want to do video.
Mhm.
I was happy with just the audio. Video is much harder to edit. So I was like, if he's not going to do it, I'm fine. But
Yeah.
since he wants to do it, since this is his idea, he needs to have that, we need to have that quality on it.
But yeah, short answer, no. It doesn't make me mad when you're like, hey, let's put a video.
Okay. Um, okay. When I won't give you a hug when we are in person, does that make you mad?
Yeah, you always hug me with a person.
Why are you lying to these people?
Jerry, why are you lying?
Why are you lying to these people?
Jerry, you hug me when we're in person.
I don't. I don't.
You
I
do. You
don't.
do.
You always touch me. You always want to be all up under me. And I told you before, I'm uncomfortable with that. And then you are constantly pestering me like a little brother that I never wanted. So
If I could turn that question around, does it really make you uncomfortable? Does it make you mad when I hug you?
yes.
Really? You feel
As
like
I
I'm
said
violating
before,
your
I don't let nobody touch me like that.
You feel like I am violating your space when I touch you.
Yes.
And it genuinely offends you.
Yes. And I told you that. I
Okay.
told you that. Did you think I was joking?
Yes. I thought
No,
you
because I told you I don't even let Brent do that. I don't
you
let
know,
I don't let none of my cheerleader friends do that. I don't let nobody do that. Nobody. I wasn't joking.
okay, Jared. I hear
So,
you.
okay, let me get this straight.
I hear
I
you.
said that something that you did made me uncomfortable and you thought I was joking.
I thought you was playing.
Mm. This must be how girls feel when they tell a guy something and then the guy continuously does it.
I yeah, I imagine so. I imagine so.
And I told you that is not my um that is not how I like to show affection.
Okay.
Do you remember what my how I like to show affection? What mine
Do I know
is?
your love languages? No, I don't.
Okay, and I definitely said that. So it's like you're not even listening to me.
I said my middle name, so I can say the same.
You never told me your middle name.
Absolutely.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
Have you told me your middle name in the past 3 years?
In the past 3 years, since we started the podcast,
Yes, since you started the podcast.
yeah, we definitely talk about middle names because Lawrence was still on the show when we talked about middle
And you didn't say yours.
names, and you didn't say yours.
Yeah, I'm not going to say mine.
Okay, and that's what you said.
Yeah.
You was like, y'all can share your middle names. I'm not gonna say.
And you didn't share yours.
I said mine. Lawrence and I both said our middle names. But
Okay.
memory is selective.
So what's Lamonte's?
I don't remember. It was like 3 years ago.
Okay. When I won't at the end of this show before we log off, when I don't say I love you back, does that make you mad?
Mm-mm. No, I think I only see that as like that's something in you, bro. It's something in you to figure out. You can't, if it's something you're not comfortable with, or it's something you can't do, whatever it is, it's on you.
Mm,
You
I'm
and
not
your God.
comfortable with that. I don't like all that lovey-dovey stuff.
Okay.
Anyways, we boys. We're not lovers. Okay. Oh. When I say that Japanese culture is not your culture, does that make you mad?
Excuse me. Mm-mm. Because Japanese culture is not my culture.
Oh, so you admit that on the Patreon, but on my podcast, Black Geek, on our podcast, Black Geek Energy, you didn't say that. On KJ's podcast, you didn't say that. The Creative Culture podcast, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
It was, oh, the Chaotic Culture. Sorry, I said creative. So it was all up and down your culture, but here for our 1, 2, 3, 4 subscribers, you are admitting
Call them out by name.
you are admitting that Japanese culture is not your culture. Wow.
What I think this, if I remember correctly, this argument was not about whether Japanese culture was my culture. It was whether anime is part of my culture. Now, anime specifically, I feel like is a part of our culture. It's a part of geek culture. It's a part of Black geek culture specifically.
You said Japanese culture.
You said Japanese culture.
And that was the conversation that we had. We didn't correct it to anime culture. We didn't correct it on KJ's podcast. We didn't correct it on our podcast.
You kept saying, Jared, you kept saying Japanese culture is not your culture. You kept saying it's not your culture. It's not your culture. And I would say anime is a part of our culture.
This is revisionist history. I said Japanese culture is
I
is
mean,
not your
so
culture.
KJ dropped the episode, we can go back and see.
And then that was the conversation that we had.
When KJ drops the episode, we can go back and listen.
He's dropping it March the 5th.
All right, cool.
But we have an episode where you said it was your culture as well.
I don't.
DeMarcus, you gotta start recalling this stuff.
I don't think so.
My goodness. It's like you're gonna be canceled one day when people go back and listen to our episodes, and you're gonna be like, "When did I say that?
I'll go
When
back
did I do that?"
happy-go-lucky life out of the public eye.
So if you were canceled, you wouldn't do this podcast anymore.
If I'm canceled, why? I mean, would I be able to do this podcast if I'm canceled? Like, would me still remaining on the podcast like devalue it?
I mean, freaking Frack still do their podcast, don't they?
I don't think they were canceled.
They definitely were canceled.
Were they?
Yes, by black women. I don't even see them on my
They're
TikTok
a list?
anymore.
Oh, you don't see. Oh, so they've been demonetized, deprioritized.
They've been de something.
Hmm.
I
don't
see
think-
them all the time on TikTok.
I don't think that's the same as canceled.
That is canceled because nobody is resharing them or liking them or commenting on them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hmm.
yeah. So, we would, if you got canceled, we can have a podcast. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I'll still do it. I mean,
Okay. All right. When I say, and this is
I don't think folks would, like you said, like folks wouldn't share our stuff. They wouldn't like no more. So I think if I got canceled for real, I think very quickly we would no longer have a platform. As small as our platform.
okay. This is a long one that I've been saying since I've known you.
Mm-hmm.
Since I've been going to your house,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. When I say how aggressive you are and that you're not good with women, does that make you mad?
Not really, because I do not take your opinion for how I am with women, because you're not a woman.
Even though Lauren said it as well,
Lauren said
that you're aggressive with women.
So Lauren, I would listen to it, but Lauren also says like, "Oh no, DeMarcus is a good guy. Like DeMarcus is a little aggressive, but he's still a good person. Like, I don't think he's bad for women." He said that.
So, my observations of you, you don't listen. You just ignore all those.
I don't ignore it, but I cannot take your. I can't take what you say as gospel, carte blanche, because you're not a woman. I don't deal with you the way I deal with them. And when you say this, when you say things like that, I imagine you're talking about women I date, and women I date, for the most part, don't have a problem by and large.
DeMarcus, your exact words were those years when we were talking about it at the round table in your apartment. Your exact words were,
This is my apartment when I was in college?
yes,
Okay.
you and Lorente.
All right, cool. So when I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can tell me you still feel this way.
No.
Your exact words were, after you would rough up your then girlfriend, you would say, they don't mind, and if they minded, they would say something to me.
Rough them up? What do you mean rough them up?
You would literally grab her
Mm-hmm.
in front of us.
Grab her. Like grab her arm, her wrist?
Yes, grab her arm. Like you weren't abusive, but you were aggressive.
I just want to get that explicitly. I was not abusive.
Yeah, you were not abusive, but you were
Aggressive.
2 or 3 steps from it.
It's firm.
Aggressive. All 3 syllables.
Okay. And what was the original statement?
You said that if they didn't like it, then they would say something or something.
I do imagine that if someone does not like the way I treat them, they will speak up about it and say, "Hey, I don't like the way you treat me in this instance." Um, and so, and even in that relationship, when I was dating that person, they definitely let me know what were good touches and bad touches. And I would say, Jared, if you didn't see them or hear them say, "Hey, don't do that," then everything is copacetic.
But Demarcus, you say that I'm not a woman, so I don't know how women feel. I know how a person feels. I know
Mm-hmm.
that if you are in a relationship with somebody
Mm-hmm.
and the way that they look afterwards, the way that you are treating them, the way that what is that? The way that it is coming off and the way that everybody else is reacting in the room, I know that that's a problem. So I know that that's aggressive, or else I wouldn't have had those many, many talks with you about the way you treat women.
Where well, I guess what's the question here?
My question is, you said that because I'm not a woman, I wouldn't know what they were saying,
Mm-hmm.
but you are thinking of women and men as 2 separate things. I know how
Mm-hmm.
a person would react in that
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Um, and different people react to the same situation different ways. Um, I'm, I'm not going to because I think some of the ways you treat me, you don't treat our other friends like this way.
Hmm. Okay.
I think you've had falling outs with some of our other friends over less than what you've done with me.
Oh.
So
And can you give me an example?
as much as as much as you want to sit, as much as you're trying to paint the picture that people are a monolith, I mean, I think we have enough evidence to see that they're not.
And do you have like an example of how I treat other people versus how I treat you? Because this is what this whole episode's about.
I think I thought that this episode would be about. I don't know. I don't have any examples. I was not prepared for this conversation in notes.
Oh. So then who are you talking about I had a falling out with?
You've definitely fallen out with Gordon and Lorante before.
I don't. I mean, mm, my falling out with both of those aren't over things that I did or I said.
Okay.
So I
But
don't think that
it's for
the.
no reason.
Huh?
Y'all just fell out for no reason.
It was for a reason. Um, it was for a reason. I know definitely with Gordon it was for a reason. But and I can't even remember with Lorante that we fell out. I don't know when that was. So I do remember falling out with Gordon, but that was definitely for a reason. But yeah. It wasn't for nothing that I did.
Hmm.
I know. But yeah, so I don't think that that applies in this situation.
I think so.
But if you remember,
Sit here and say like, oh, like I don't, I didn't do anything. And if we were to talk to the other parties, they would be like, oh yeah, he did something.
I mean, I would like to know what I did.
And that should have been part of the makeup. It's not my place to.
But I mean, you're bringing it up though.
Not my place to connect those dots for you.
Mm. I mean, if you're gonna bring it up, then
I only bring it up as an example of like people are not a monolith.
I agree. People are not a monolith. But people can see when something is suspicious, you know?
I mean, I think what you see and be like, oh, I don't like that. Somebody else will be like, ooh, I love that.
Especially when I know when I was little, I watched a lot of those Lifetime movies, those
Mm-hmm.
unsolved mysteries, the what is that? America's Most Wanted
Mm-hmm.
with my mother, and she had, and a lot of those stories were about, you know, aggressive men. And I've always been on the lookout for that. And my mother had a friend, I know when I was little, who was having a domestic violence issue. And I remember going over to their house
Mm-hmm.
when something was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want to see any woman go through that. Or I don't want to, and I don't want you to have to go through anything with your. I know that you don't have like anger issues, but I don't know. It just seemed that you're kind of aggressive, and we've had these discussions before. So
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you that I can be assertive. Some people would do that and say, oh, it's aggressive. Um, I I do not think it has been an issue in my life the way you are painting it.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, we both have two different life experiences,
Absolutely do. And
and
I don't think you should have been there when with your mom's friend when something was going on.
I didn't have nowhere else to go. I was young.
I understand.
I didn't have a dad, so I couldn't just stay at the house by myself at 5. I don't think I should have been there either, but
And I think it's sort of like painted your view of the world. Yeah.
it definitely did, and it made me see the real.
Okay.
All right, so it seems like DeMarcus, I don't ever make you mad.
That's I don't think that's what
That's what you said no to all of these.
I didn't say no to all of these.
Okay, you said no, but sometimes.
I think some of these I think a lot of these boil down our some of our interactions to and miss the point.
And missed the point.
Yeah, they I think they miss the thing that does make me mad.
Oh, and what is it?
Well, I mean, it depends on which one because we just talked through it. It depends on which one we were talking about. At a certain point in these questions, I was like, oh, these are not about me. These are about you.
Hmm. Okay. How so?
Because I would say because when you do this thing this when you do this thing this way it makes man you like well I do it that way because this is how I feel and I want this and I'm like you got it Jared.
I did not say anything in that tone.
Okay.
But I think that I have the right to have a rebuttal.
Yeah, sure. I mean and I think that just like I said I realized like oh this is not about you. This is about you.
It is about you.
About you. It was about you Jared because what are you taking from this conversation?
I am taking that because even when I was up late at night writing this, thinking about all of our previous conversations,
Mm-hmm.
I am taking that, we need to have a better relationship.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to fall out with you.
Say it again.
I said, I'm not trying to fall out with you.
I appreciate that. I ain't trying to follow.
So we need to boil down all this stuff, and that may make you mad.
Mm. Okay.
So I'm trying to get to the bottom of what those may mean.
If after this conversation you feel like, oh, you don't make me mad,
Um,
because that's what you just said.
After this conversation, I don't think that I make you mad like I thought I was making you mad.
Mm. Okay.
But after this conversation,
So yeah,
I know what jokes to say and what jokes not to say.
think uh I think that's the point I was making earlier. It's like I think these boil down some of the interactions we've had, and they missed the point. They missed the thing that made me mad. So, like you said, you don't make me mad like you thought you did. The things that you thought made me mad don't make me mad.
Yeah, is there anything else?
Honestly, we over time.
No, I mean, is there anything else that makes you mad?
Oh, not that, not. I guess not that, not from this list.
Okay. So,
Like
so
I've said the things that make me mad as they apply to this list.
yeah, I know. But is there anything else that wasn't on this list that?
I mean, I don't have the wherewithal to break myself down.
Hmm. And you said you didn't have the where the doll
Wherewithal.
to break it down right now, or
No, Jerry, we over time, and I'm hungry.
all right. All right, so I guess this was a bad list for both of us.
I don't think so.
Um,
I think it was a step in the right direction. It started to weed some things out.
hmm. Well, hopefully in the future, things can be a little bit more, you know,
Mhm.
playfully peaceful. But nothing's really happened. I was just like, it's late
Mhm.
at night
Thinking.
thinking when I
Yeah.
couldn't go to sleep.
Okay.
All right, so if anything comes up, let me know and we can address it. See if it makes you mad or not.
I don't like the way you framing this. Like, does it make the markets mad?
Why not?
um, I don't know. It's like you're putting it all on me.
Demarcus, I don't know how to else to
Mhm.
say it. Because, like, when you make me mad, is when you cut me off. I say that multiple times in multiple different ways. I said ignored. I said not acknowledged. I said, um, like I'm not here. You don't listen. I said that multiple different ways.
Right.
That's what makes me mad, point blank, period.
Mhm.
So, you don't care about that.
I do care about
I'm,
that. And whenever you, sorry, go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done talking. My bad.
no, but when I'm, and I just forgot what my line of thought was. I'm just trying to make sure that I do not make you feel the same that you make me feel.
Mm,
You know?
I appreciate the effort.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So that is the end of this Patreon. If you tell your friends, tell your friends to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and that only costs $3, which is nothing.
Mhm.
It's like,
You get a small coffee instead of a large, and that's your Patreon thing for the month. You only got to do that one time. You get coffee every day,
yeah, or
and
or
then you
tell your
don't finish.
friends.
You don't finish the whole coffee. You get the venti, and you don't finish it. I'm sorry, Jared. Had to get that out. Go ahead, bro.
No, that's all I want to say. All right, bye.
Bye.